What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So every now and then, y'all, I like to bring a video from Keith Lee, and he went to Seattle, and unfortunately, he did not have a good experience. Now, Keith Lee, his TikTok has blown up. He's a food critic, and he typically goes to different places around the country to try to help out small mom and pop restaurants who might not be getting enough traffic to sustain their business, right? Well, this time he went to Seattle to a sushi restaurant, and he said that the sushi was moving, y'all. Now I get it. The fish is supposed to be raw, but not moving. I've had sushi many times. I love sushi. And following the moving sushi that he had in Seattle, he said that a guy was later hospitalized from eating at this restaurant. And he actually names the restaurant. So I'll let you guys hear from Mr. Lee himself, okay? Um, but if I was that restaurant, I would be trying to do some serious damage control. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
I'll go straight to it. We went to a place called Five Sushi in Seattle the other day. Somebody slowed the video down, and it did appear that something moved. 1,000% transparency. I didn't see anything until somebody pointed out. I can't confirm or deny what it was, but I can confirm I am okay. I appreciate the people who actually did reach out and was worried about me. I'm all right. The only reason I'm making this video is because I just saw a video of somebody who went the day after us, and now they hospitalized. Just me and my character and who I am as a person. I'm going to come out and I'm going to say something about it. I send my heart and I send my blessings to that person that's in the hospital. And I've already said 1,000 times, I don't believe in tearing down any business. But at the same time, people's health are on the line. So if somebody's saying they're in the hospital and there's something moving in food, I absolutely think there's accountability that should be taken. And it's something that you can learn from it. For the restaurant to post a statement and indicate that me holding the sushi or me holding a chopstick a certain way is why the sushi moved, I personally don't agree with it. Because I've had sushi 1,000 times and I held sushi 1,000 different ways, and never once have I seen sushi behave in that way. Again, that's not me saying it was a worm or it was a parasite. I'm just saying it was nothing that I did on my end. I literally was just eating as a customer. And as a customer, I shouldn't be the one getting blamed for if it was something moving in the food. At the end of the day, it's sushi, it's raw fish. There is risk and it's stuff that come with eating raw food, and I understand that fully. I just personally would wish that they would come out and they would be more accountable about it. Nonetheless, only thing I can do is control what I do. And I'm coming out and I'm saying I'm okay. And I pray for the lady who is in the hospital. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe. This is my first and only time speaking on this. I'll be safe. I'm going to go straight to it.
Okay, so first off, prayers up to the lady who went the day after them. I thought it was a guy, but it was a lady who went the day after them to this sushi restaurant in Seattle, and now she's hospitalized. So I pray that she's okay. Secondly, I agree with Keith. I haven't had sushi 1,000 times, but I've had it multiple, and it doesn't matter how you hold it. Not them trying to blame Keith and the chopsticks. In a statement, he said the restaurant put out a statement and said it was the way that he was holding the sushi that made it move. No, anytime you hold any type of food, it shouldn't move. I can't think of one food that, I mean, unless you pour something or add something to it, or, it's supposed to do that, but sushi's not supposed to move. And then the hospitalization the day after just confirmed his suspicion. So I'm glad that Keith is okay. I do hope that this this restaurant takes accountability and responsibility for what's allegedly seeming like negligence on their part. There is risk, like he said, there's risk in any type of raw food that you eat, whether it's sushi or whether it's like beef tartare or whatever. I prefer my food cooked unless it's sushi, but I haven't had sushi in a while, and I haven't been a huge fan of it since like before the pandemic. Like, I'll give you an example. Like me and like my loved ones, we used to go out to buffets, and like especially when I was younger, but buffets have kind of they've kind of, kind of drifted off into the sunset. They're not as popular as they once were, and that's okay. But I remember going to, buffets or whatever with my family, and before the pandemic, it was all good. After the pandemic, I don't think I've been to one buffet, and I don't even necessarily have a desire to go back. Probably for this, you know, but what Keith is saying, I'm not a huge fan of just having the food open like that, having, so many people around. And the Chinese food buffets used to, it used to slap, used to hit back in the day. I have not been to one, and I actually don't even have a desire to go, especially after doing this story. But no, just period. I think that my tastes have changed. I don't know if it was because of COVID. I had COVID one time, and it was actually before it was. When did I get COVID? It was like December 2019, like a few months before it really hit, then quarantine hit and everybody found out what it was. But yep, I got it December 2019 when it was spreading, but people didn't, or at least I didn't. But it wasn't as known publicly as coronavirus and COVID-19. It was the worst. But yeah, ever since then, and I was invited to go to a buffet too, and I was like, um, "Are y'all crazy?" I mean, I didn't say "Are y'all crazy," but I just politely declined. But in my mind, I was thinking like, "Are y'all crazy?" I don't know when I'll go to a buffet again. I don't know what is going on with these restaurants. I do know that our new Lord help us, our new Secretary of Health and Human Services has a worm in his brain, his words, not mine, Kennedy. And, so he might not have an issue with the food moving. Oh my goodness. I'm just glad Keith is okay. I'm surprised he named the restaurant too. Typically, he wouldn't say a restaurant's name if they weren't good just because his platform is so large and people, they trust his criticism or his critique, I should say, of foods, good, bad, or indifferent. If he says that the food is good, that nine whatever on a 10 scale, 9.5 rating, nine whatever, people are, they automatically just like follow it. They go out to, that restaurant, support, get whatever. But in Atlanta, they experienced him not having a good experience. And listen, they had some issues. They came out with all kind of statements, and they was giving out free champagne and everything else to try to get their customers back. And I think that was just about the customer service. So with this restaurant in Seattle, I really do hope that they do what they need to do to ensure the safety of their customers. I'm not sure if like the health department needs to get involved or the sanitation department. I'm not sure, but under those circumstances, should any food be moving, that should be handled in the kitchen before it reaches the customer's plate. And I really pray for that lady that's in the hospital. Um, Again, I don't know if it was specifically due to what she ate at the restaurant, but he said that the woman went there a day after him and his family, and she ended up in the hospital. So yeah, that's crazy. They tried to make it they tried to make it his fault and said it was the way that he was holding the sushi. I'll tell you what, people will do anything to try to skirt responsibility these days. Um, I just want to bring you guys that story because I appreciate Keith Lee and his integrity when he is, giving criticisms with these restaurants, especially the small ones, small businesses, because I'm a small business owner myself and it's hard out here. So With that being said, you guys, let me know your thoughts about what Keith said. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you guys familiar with that restaurant in Seattle? If so, let me know. Or have you ever had any food that moved? That's what I'm really curious about, because I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I probably wouldn't eat it. Um, like I'm not a huge fan of shrimp or lobster anymore either. I think maybe just I'm older, my tastes have changed. I mean, I still like scallops, and I still like seafood, and I still love catfish. But as far as certain shellfish, like shrimp, lobster, like I'm kind of cool on it, just because yeah. Um, and sushi, I mean, I like sushi. I haven't had it for a while, but if it's you know well prepared, not moving, then I'll eat it. But anyway, let me know your thoughts, guys. Please share, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, be safe, don't eat any food that moves, and I'll talk with you in the next video. Bye.